Well, thank you for going on this journey with me. We have, over the past 7 videos, looked at the different phrases of the Lord's Prayer or the Our Father and thought about how to pray through each of them separately. We come to the last phrases today. So the entire prayer is, Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So this last part of the prayer, to me, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I think it's easy to kind of go, and sometimes it's important, but it's easy to go to the 1 or 2 things that we know we struggle with. A lot of times when we ask God to, deliver us from temptation, we're often praying about a couple things we always struggle with. I think the ultimate temptation, though, in the prayer is to forget what we just prayed. Is to actually pray the prayer and then go out and live life as if we never did. So I use this time at the end of the prayer to go back and review each part of the prayer and ask God to deliver me from each temptation. So as we pray our, the temptation is not to pray our, but to pray me, to make life all about me. I say, God, deliver me from that temptation of living a Joe-centered, a me-centered life. As I pray Father, I say, God, deliver me from the temptation of not believing that you are close, of not believing that you love me. And the same thing closely as we pray in the heavens, that God is in the air we breathe. We pray, God, don't let me drift into thinking that you aren't present. That's the temptation of that part of the prayer. As we pray, hallowed is your name. We say, God, don't let me fall into the temptation of believing that you aren't powerful and that you can't do anything about it. As we pray, your kingdom come, the heart of the prayer, we say, God, don't let me be tempted, to believe that good isn't conquering, that Jesus was wrong when he said the kingdom had come. Don't let me fall into a pessimistic attitude. This is the most optimistic thing a person could possibly believe, that God is redeeming planet Earth. And don't let me, God, to fall into that opposite temptation. As we pray for bread and realize most of us have enough bread, we say, God, don't let me fall into the temptation to be complacent while people go hungry. Give me hands and feet that will serve you and that will make a difference in the world. And as we pray forgiveness, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, we say, God, thank you for forgiving me, and don't let me fall into the temptation, like so many of the enemies of Jesus, who did not see that they were living lives that were full of sort of envy and jealousy and were unable to forgive those around them, even though they were accepting forgiveness from God. So we use this last section of the prayer. I use it mainly to kind of recap, to recalibrate. And if I pray this at the beginning of my day, I'm kind of ready to go out with this new mindset, this kingdom-centered mindset that comes from this ancient prayer that Jesus taught his disciples 2,000 years ago. I hope the series has been helpful for you. I hope that as you pray, that you think about the prayer a little deeper and a little differently. Thank you for taking the ride with us. Go in peace.